Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome back to an episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we are taking some office supplies from Norfolk to Washington, Maryland. I had no idea there was a Washington in Maryland, but there is apparently. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to go ahead and get started. I got the trailer hooked up already. Let's put a little music on. That sounds good enough. Excellent. Alright, let's get started here. As you can see, it's raining again. I don't know what's happening. Every single time I go to play American Truck Sim, it seems like in the last little while. Ooh, actually, we should do first. Put it into gear, do a little brake check here. Yep, trailer seems to be good. Alright, let's go ahead. So I don't know why that's happening, but I feel like every time I've driven the last, few times in American Truck Sim, there's been rain. I did increase the probability of rain a little bit, but it feels like it's a lot more than it should be. But, well. I don't mind driving in the rain. It's something different for a bit. Alright, take a quick look here. What do we got? UPS guy. Looks like we're okay. There we go. So like I said, we're taking some office supplies. So this is I don't know what you call this style of trailer. I'm not sure if you'd call this a reefer style or not. I don't know. I like this style. Reminds me of railroad stuff, I think. That's why. Is there a stoplight here? Doesn't appear to be. There's not even a stop sign, actually. It's just a random intersection with no with no signage, basically. Alright, well, we'll do what we would normally do then. If we were driving in Toronto. Alright. This is what you do if you drive in Toronto often. If there's no opening, you make an opening. Alright, there we go. Good. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that you see a lot of people do. They'll make an opening for themselves. Not necessarily the nicest thing, but sometimes you have to. Actually, interesting enough, there's a new rule or law in Ontario that relates to pedestrians, and you can't turn right or left when there's a pedestrian in the middle of the road. So that makes it really difficult for like cabbies and truckers and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know how many people have actually been fined because of that, but it's a new law that came out in Ontario. I don't know if it's the same in other provinces, but there we go. There we go. So I don't know, I'll be curious to see how it actually plays out in the long run. Like, I'm usually a pedestrian on the street, so I appreciate the law, but as a driver, I don't know how that's going to work, because it's going to make certain things really difficult. Alright, turning left up here. So, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't heard anybody, like I said, I haven't heard anybody getting fined for doing it yet, but as the pedestrian, I want people to get fined for it, because I want to be safe when I walk across the street, sort of thing. Is anybody coming? Nope. Well, we're good. Wow, that's pretty surprising, actually. Usually that's not the case at all. This is only a short journey. It's only about 320 clicks or so. In real life, that'd be about 3 or 4 hours, depending on traffic and whatnot. So, keep that in mind. I don't know how heavy this load is. 21 tons. And we're going to make $9,744 from that. And apparently I have a little bit of damage to my truck. Apparently, so. Alright, put the cruise control on. What do we got? 100? Oh, that's easy. 105 cruising speed, I can deal with that, so. I don't know, it's been kind of, like I said, it's been bizarre because a lot of times when I've hopped on American Truck Sim, what will happen is in the morning it'll rain. Why is it raining through the tunnel? It makes no sense at all. We're in a tunnel, it's raining. Okay, well, maybe a little short-sighted from the creator of this particular coast-to-coast map, but a small detail, really. But it's actually interesting, like, in Farm Sim, They actually have the same problem. If you go like underneath a shed or something like that, the rain will go straight through the shed, despite the fact that it's a solid object. So, all right, very cool. Oh, that's a nice little area actually. All the trees around, very nice. So, I don't know. I was going to play Farm Sim this morning, and then I was dealing with some random issue on the server. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but EVGA decided to kick in again. EVGA on the drive control module. The drive control module called EVGA basically is the slow start. So when your tractor starts slow, that's what EVGA does basically. Anyhow, so I had it deactivated on the server, and for whatever reason, it decided to reactivate. I have no idea why. I don't notice it that much because I drive with it all the time and I have it activated in my single player game, but not everybody does. So it's been very odd because I had to take it off, had to remove it again, and then I was fiddling with stuff and broke drive control and then fixed it again. So I don't know, it's funny. All I did was comment out one particular section from drive control, and I didn't like it on the server at all. And I think it was just because it was meant for single player or something, so I'm not sure if that was the case or not. But so what I have it set up so right now is with drive control, I have it set up so it should load, theoretically, should load the drive control config file, which is in the save file. And so because of that, it should disable modules that we don't want. But for whatever reason, it doesn't want to do it that way, so I don't know why. We're going just a little bit faster than this truck here. It would seem to be carrying some sort of flammable material, looks like. I can't tell. I just like those trailers. So, yeah, I don't know, that's what I was dealing with. It's funny because the way you deal with things on a server and the way you deal with things in single player is often really different. Not always, but sometimes. So, it can get frustrating at times. Alright, 1 second, coffee break here. Nice. So, I haven't seen any interesting mods for ATS yet. I haven't looked very closely either. And that's primarily because I have all the mods I want. Like, there's nothing I was like, oh, well, I wish I had that. I haven't done that. I'm sure there's lots of interesting trailers and some trucks out there, but I don't know, I'm kind of partial to this truck, and that's why I haven't looked at very many other trucks, to be honest with you. It's downshift here. I'm turning right up here anyway, so... yeah, I don't know, that's the reason why I haven't looked at many trucks, because I really haven't seen anything that's been really, that really stands out for me. And most of them are just variations on the in-game stuff. I have tried the Volvo VNL. I tried it a while ago. I was okay. Didn't have that same zest that I have in this truck. That might just be me being odd, but that's how I feel about it, at least. All right. There we go. So this is where it's funny. We went from like having all those trees back there to having this open land here, nothing on either side. So a little Cadillac there. Looks like a Cadillac, maybe CTS, ATS. Not sure which one. Nice. Actually, in Project Cars, I raced one of those not too long ago. A lot of fun to race that. I find that was a lot easier to control than the Corvette. The Corvette was just ridiculous because I have a heavy foot apparently. So also, well, it may not apply now, but I don't know. Whenever I post this, there is a Humble Bundle right now. Today is February 1st. That includes Project Cars if you're interested. So I don't know if it's up for, should be up for like 14 days, something like that. So 2 weeks. So depending on when I post this, from today, I guess. So it'll be up until Valentine's Day, I guess. And then at which time they'll probably post a new Valentine's. Usually they have like some sort of Valentine's Day related Humble Bundle. Usually they have Halo Boyfriend in there, which is like the pigeon dating game, dating simulator, which is ridiculous. Mr. Ironbrew, I think I actually had to play that game once, which was pretty funny. I don't know if you know who that is, but some of you may know. Excellent. What do we got? So, this is what it looks like sometimes in the coast-to-coast map. Just open plains. Now, maybe because that's what it's supposed to look like in that particular area in the game. I have no idea. I am not an expert when it comes to geography, as Farmer Beavis is so kindly points out from time to time. But that's what it looks like sometimes in coast-to-coast. But like, let's say if you were driving in like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, this is exactly what you would see. Like, it would just be a highway and just flat. There's too much hill here actually for Manitoba, Saskatchewan. So it's kind of funny when you think about it that way, but that's the truth, right? There's a little bit too much hill there. Because if I watch, sometimes I'll watch Trucker Josh vlogs. If I remember, I'll put a link in the top right-hand corner to his channel. He's a Canadian trucker. He does vlogs primarily. I just like watching because he goes through Canada and some various parts that I would never see on the road, sort of thing. Like, I think a while ago he was in Yukon and Northwest Territories, I think, which is really neat because I've never been there. So I was very curious to see what it was like over there from a trucker's perspective, at least, and on the roads and whatnot. So one of these days, one of my goals in life, so to speak, is to try and visit all of Canada. Every province/territory before I start visiting other countries. You know how, because a lot of people will go to like Mexico, Cuba, places like that. So at least in Canada, that's the way it works. It's actually cheaper to travel outside the country, like to Cuba, Mexico, Dominican Republic, those types of places, than it is to travel within the country. I think it's a bit different in the United States. It's cheaper to travel, fairly cheap to travel within the country itself, in comparison to Canada at least. So like, let me give you a little idea of how much things will cost. This is Canadian dollars, remember, not American dollars. I was looking to see how much it would cost to go to Halifax from where I live. So like from Toronto to Halifax, essentially. So if you go from Toronto to Halifax, actually I was looking from Ottawa to Halifax technically. So I was looking at how long that was going to cost, how long that would be, and how much it would cost. So by bus, oh look at that, the sun came out. By bus, it was going to be $750. So that's, how many kilometers is that? I don't know. Oops, this is our turn up here. Better pay attention. Oh, there's 2 lanes here. Look at that. That was pretty lucky, actually. That would have been a lot worse if there hadn't been 2 lanes. Anyways. So it was $750 by bus, $775 by train, and $500 by plane. So I'll just put things into perspective. That's how much things can cost sometimes. And that's not, honestly, but to drive from where I live to Halifax, it's like 16, 17 hours, I think it is, just to put it into perspective. So there we go. Oh, we got a little bit of hills going on over here. Apparently in Maryland it's hilly. I had no idea. Never been to Maryland. Well, not in real life at least. In the video game, apparently I have been there a couple times now. Let's downshift here. I always find those off-ramps just a little bit too much. Little call box there randomly. Turn that jake brake off again. Turn the indicator off. There we go. 40 kph up here. Okay, well, 40 miles an hour, not kilometers. So whenever I see the signs, I always read it as kilometers an hour first, but in like the majority of this map, it's not in kilometers an hour, so I have to remind myself of that. So it's all mph. Alright, so here we're coming up to Washington, Maryland, I guess. Guess we should get the notice soon, I imagine, saying you've discovered. I don't think I've been here yet. What does this city look like? Not too bad. There we go. Discovered. Oops, that was our turn. I wondered if it was or not. That's what happens when you're enjoying the scenery. Alright, let's turn right here. Y turn, don't hit the bus. Oh, look at this, we'll do this way here. What? What did we hit? I don't know what we... Was that because of the, I wonder if that was because of that. That's weird. I wonder if it was the bush. I wonder if that was the bush, actually. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna do a little bit of a loop up here, apparently. Alright, that's unfortunate. Okay, we're turning left here. Then we're gonna turn left again. Ah, at least we get to see some of the city, I suppose. Watch out for the truck. And we'll take a left up here again. I'm assuming we can do this. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what actually happened there. I must have hit the bush, I guess. I didn't think I was that close to it, but apparently I was, so. Alright, here we go. Anybody coming? Nope. Nope. Alright. Now, Iain, don't forget the turn this time. Well, that's a cool truck, actually. Okay, it's funny because I was in this view and I wasn't looking at the GPS, and that's why I totally drove right past it. I saw it and I'm like, oh, maybe that's our drop off, and I didn't even slow down to take a look. Oh, too much. This is what happens when I'm trying to rush, apparently. Alright, here we go. Let me take this turn a little bit more gently. There we go. Okay. Slow and steady does it. Obviously when I rush, I'm not a better driver because of that. Obviously. Alright, we can go a little bit further. According to my... Oh, there we go. Perfect. Parking brake. Decouple. Probably lost a whole bunch of points because I still got excellent. I'm very surprised about that, actually. We'll take it, I guess. That's pretty lame, though. I totally thought we were going to get, like, you know, dinged on that, so. Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed that little short episode of American Truck Sim. My name's Iain Robson, and if you enjoyed what you saw, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more ATS action. Catch you guys later.